is a cool season vegetable suited to both spring and fall. See our cabbage growing guide with instructions on how to plant and grow this hardy, leafy vegetable, which is packed with vitamins. Mark Twain once said, "Cauliflower is nothing but cabbage with a college education." In fact, cabbage is no longer viewed so poorly. We now know that this hardy vegetable is antioxidant and nutrient-rich, and a great addition to any garden. That said, note that cabbage can be challenging to grow for the beginner gardener if you don't have the right conditions. It only likes cool temperatures, and it can be a magnet for some types of garden pests. Rotating the cabbage crop every few years avoids buildup of soil-borne diseases. Follow our guide to plant a successful crop in the spring or fall, and we'll help you provide the diligent care that cabbage needs. Planting. Choose a planting site that gets full sun, 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight per day, in order to get the best results. Cabbage is a heavy feeder. It quickly depletes the soil of nutrients and needs a steady supply of water and nutrients throughout its growth. Prepare the soil in advance by mixing in aged manure and compost. Soil should also be well-draining. Roots that stand in water cause heads to split or rot. When to plant cabbage? For a summer harvest, start seeds indoors, sowing about 6 to 8 weeks before the last spring frost. For a fall harvest, direct sow seeds outdoors or plant transplants in mid to late summer. If your area is particularly hot and dry, hold off on planting until late summer. Make sure that the young plants don't dry out in the summer sun's heat. How to plant cabbage. Sow seeds 1/4 inch deep. Before planting the seedlings outdoors, harden off the plants over the course of a week. Transplant seedlings outdoors on a cloudy afternoon 2 to 3 weeks before the last spring frost date. Plant seedlings 12 to 24 inches apart in rows, depending on the size of head desired. Closer spacing yields smaller heads. Growing. When seedlings reach about 5 inches tall, thin to leave the desired space between them. If you wish, transplant the thinned seedlings elsewhere. Mulch thickly around the area to retain moisture and regulate soil temperature. Water 2 inches per square foot per week. The optimum soil temperature for growth is 60 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Also check out our Plant Soil Meter 3-in-1. It's helpful for you to plant flowers or any plants and make them grow healthy and strong. Link is given in the description. Young plants exposed to temperatures below 45 degrees Fahrenheit for a period of time may bolt or form loose heads. Cover plants if cold weather is expected. Fertilize 2 weeks after transplanting with a balanced fertilizer. 3 weeks later, add a nitrogen-rich fertilizer. Cabbage needs nitrogen in the early stages. Practice crop rotation with cabbages to avoid a buildup of soil-borne diseases. Recommended varieties. Cabbages comes in a range of sizes, shapes, and colors. For an early harvest, try Primo or Stonehead. Quick maturing Golden Acre and Quick Start yield 3-pound heads. For Savoy types, try Alcosa, an early variety, or Warosa, a late variety that overwinters as is in southern gardens, but needs protection in the north. Early Jersey Wakefield resists splitting. Its inhairloom slightly pointed and 2 to 3-pound heads. Gonzales produces softball-sized heads, making it good for small gardens. Disease-resistant varieties include Blue Vantage and Cheers. If you are planting for a fall harvest, try red or Chinese cabbage. Good varieties include Integro and Ruby Perfection, Reds, and Li Ren Choi. Harvesting. Harvest when heads reach desired size and are firm. Mature heads left on the stem may split. Days to maturity is around 70 days for most green cabbage varieties, and most produce 1 to 3-pound heads. To harvest, cut each cabbage head at its base with a sharp knife. Remove any yellow leaves, retain loose green leaves. They provide protection and storage, and immediately bring the head indoors or place it in shade. Alternatively, pull up the plant, roots and all, and hang it in a moist cellar that reaches near freezing temperatures. To get 2 crops, cut the cabbage head out of the plant, leaving the outer leaves and root in the garden. The plant will send up new heads. Pinch off those until only 4 or so smaller heads remain. Harvest when tennis ball size, perfect for salads. After harvesting, remove the entire stem and root system from the soil to prevent disease. Only compost healthy plants. Destroy any with maggot infestation. How to store cabbages. Cabbage can be stored in the refrigerator for up to 2 weeks, wrapped lightly in plastic. Make sure it is dry before storing. In proper root cellar conditions, cabbage will keep for up to 3 months. Follow this old-time technique to get the most out of your cabbage crop. In the fall, harvest the entire cabbage plant, stems, head, and roots, enjoying the head as usual and storing the roots in a root cellar through winter. As soon as the ground has thawed in spring, plant the roots outdoors. Soon, fresh sprouts will form, which can be eaten alone or added to soups, salads, or a dish of your choice. These replanted cabbages won't produce full heads, but they should go to seed by the end of summer, providing next year's round of cabbage seeds. Note, this can also be done indoors on a windowsill in mid to late winter. Keep roots damp and sprouts should form. Wit and wisdom. Traditionally, cabbage seeds were planted on St. Patrick's Day in northern zones. Old-time farmers believed that to make them grow well, you needed to plant them while wearing your night clothes. Plant near beans and cucumbers, not near broccoli, cauliflower, strawberries, or tomatoes. Cabbage, a familiar kitchen garden vegetable about as large and wise as a man's head. A bro's beers. So guys, this is the end of today's video. We will recommend you to watch our next video about best 10 tips for flower gardening. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon because we are working hard to make you a successful and productive gardener. Thank you.